tune for this replay. I get this regularly. I don't know what's going on with it, but that's beside the point. Now the E75 tank, well, it is actually a very tough tank. I had the Tiger 2 turret, as many of you know, when I first got this tank straight from the word go, as well as I have got, I had to, I basically grinded up very, very quickly over a few games to actually get the upgraded turret in the E75. And the E75 is not a bad tank. You just gotta get accustomed to it and learn how to use it. And it's taken me a fair chunk of time to actually get used to this tank. The current gun that I'm using is a 10.5cm KWK L52. Now it only has an average shell penetration of 200. The L67 version of the 10.5cm actually has 225, so that's not too bad. Average damage 320 between they're both the same. Only difference is the tier 9 version, this the L68, actually has a faster rate of fire, which will be amazing in this tank. You'll see why. Now, this battle I loved. I love from the word. Hang on a second. I've just got my things muddled up. Ooh, I actually have got the 10.568. My bad. I misread that. Which means I do have the 200. Now see that was a bounce. I've actually learned how to side scrape in this tank for buildings, and I am loving it. Like this FCM 50. Now he is giving me a little bit of grief. Now the next gun I need to get is the 12.8cm KWK 40L55, which gives me an average penetration of 246 with an average damage of 240. Now, if I had that gun right now, this battle would be completely different. Now, as you can see, if I show you something, let's see if I can get this back. We'll just skip back a few seconds. Something I wouldn't normally do, but I want to show you this from the point of view. Now, if I can get it. Okay, I fire. But as I fire, I'm actually twisting my gun back so that when I'm ready to fire, I can fire. That way then, I'm actually using the turret of this tank in the most effective way. So, in essence, what I'm actually doing is around here and stuff, I've just turned my gun back, the bullet's coming in, it hit about there, but it's giving him only this part of my tank to actually hit it. Now, if the driver's good, you can hit the cup holder on the E75 quite easily. The cup holder is very easy, even on the E75 turret, and just here is a semi-weak point. I do get penetrated in those two areas quite regularly, but with me swinging my turret back behind this building, if we just get that angle, you can see there's not actually a lot to hit at. Now, I've just readjusted my tank because I was about to move out when the T30 came back, and so that twisted it back. Once again, my tracks have hit this shot. Now, this T30 was having a lot of trouble with me. Look at that, another deflection. I've just got this one. Now, I saw the T25 and I hesitated, as you could see then. Went, no, the 30 is a bit more of a threat. Got to get him. And now the 25. Now I can just shoot the 25. Just the edge of him. Let's plant one good one in it. Now, if I had the 12.8, this game may have been slightly different. I would have actually probably got a lot more damage done with that T30 than what I did. But not too bad. Already 1700, and I haven't even taken any damage yet. That's the great thing about this tank. When it's side scraping perfectly like that, you can sit there all day, and any tank that came around that corner would pretty well bounce. Now, I am denied what to do here, purely because I thought I'd go around behind the Conqueror, but then realised there were other guys more threatening behind me that I need to avoid. Now that was the IS-3. He actually hit me in the back. That's probably one of the best shots. Now I was just being careful of the ES-75 there. I didn't want to run out into him. Now here's the Conqueror. Conqueror is actually a very, very strong tank. Now you're about to learn that the Conqueror can actually do quite a lot. Now I am side scraping here because I didn't realise there was a knoll around. He was actually hidden behind this building. So I was trying to be very, very careful on my approach. Now he is just sitting there. He's waiting for the first person to come around this corner, and it's not going to be me. Poor old Tiger P. Sacrificing. Now, I know that the cup holder's a weak point, and at this range, he hasn't got a hope. But he's popping out. He's going to try and pick off my allies. And I was trying to reload and get the next shot into this guy. And he's doing his little dance again to move out a bit more. Playing another one in, and this is where the fun begins. I tried the side scrape, couldn't, and he's playing the one good one straight into the front of my play. Just been hit from behind. I took a pot shot, and it didn't. He's taken a shot, and it's deflected. And this is where we're dancing. And I just can't quite get the shot on at this range, zoomed in like that. He's done one good shot on my back, and this is where I now use the tank to side scrape against him. And find the spot. There's another perfect shot. And I've bounced one of his. I've taken another hit, which is a damaging hit on my gun. But as you can see, I'm reversing and turning. Similar tactics to what you do if you TD. Just keeping myself slightly angled to him, deflecting those shots and twisting my turret. And look at that. It pays off. And I've been left on 207 hit points. Now, damaged gun, radio drivers also been taken out. But now, the T-25 can't hit me because I'm actually using the Conqueror as a bit of a shield. Turn around, see him there. I'm not even going to zoom into sniper mode to shoot him. I'm just going to shoot him. And that's the thing. This tank, like 3,400 damage I've now done. I probably could have done a little bit more, but I got to get around all those dead bodies. So I'd go around and I thought, you know what? The AMX 12T, he is going to be taken out by whoever else. Now, I need to get over and find this scumbag. He's the only one left, and he was the one that actually, I'm pretty sure, damaged my gun and also killed my radio operator. Just hit the building there. Maybe that's because the radio operator was taken out. The 75 is a magical tank. I will do a review down the track, and I'm sure I will get an Ace Tanker badge because I've actually now got the hang of this. Basically, the armor on this tank now. Let's have a look. Whole armor. It's 160, so it's not too bad. With the slope, you're looking at probably about 190 with the sloping armor on this thing. It is very, and there's no real weak point on the front. As you can see, if we can get it in here, where did he hit? That's where the what do you call it? The Conqueror hit me. Great shot by the Conqueror. It was well placed, and you can do things like that. The Conqueror is a very, very accurate tank. I know this. I've played it and played right. The Conqueror is very strong, and the rate of fire on the thing is mean. Now I am trying to get up here to help out this T-54, but was unsuccessful. And that's it. That's what I mean. Like, I love the E-75. The E-75 is a brilliant tank. Now, I am going to show you the stuff on my WoT Tanks replay, just so you can get an understanding of how close I was to actually receiving an Ace Tanker badge. This would have been my Ace Tanker badge, and I only know that for a fact that I probably would have got a little bit more damage up the top there, and that probably may have ticked me just over the edge for the Ace Tanker, but unfortunately I didn't get it. I only got a Mastery badge once, so I was a little bit disappointed in that, but that's the way it goes sometimes. You just can't get everything. Now, over here, as you can see, this is WoT Tanks replays. Great little engine. I love it all the time. You can look stuff up, just if you want, you can look up my name. Most of the replays like this I do put up here, and I will start doing a lot more of this sort of stuff. As you can see, Mastery Badge 1, steel wall. As you can see, I only sort of picked on a couple of tanks, but T25 was seen and killed. I actually spotted him, which is awesome. Over here on the team score, if we have a look, I normally look at more of the damage side of things. Conqueror did 4,000 damage. I only did 3,400, so that Conqueror had a mean game. He had a mean game. And Conqueror in the right hands is very dangerous. And he was a very good and very competent player. He knows his tanks. It was just a pity that I also know my tanks. And I really do try to learn their strengths and their weaknesses all the time. And that's generally how I try to play. I play very, very skillfully in everything. And I make sure I learn how to side scrap. Learn what's the best ways to play the tank and get around those corners. Go into the detail report. Now this is probably why I've got my Mastery Badge 1. You look at this. 3,500 potential damage blocked on this tank. Now that is incredible. Okay, this tank only has 1,900 hit points on it. Well, 1,920 hit points. That's over double. That pretty well is, well, not quite double the hit points I have normally. Plus I took another bit of damage on top of that. That's awesome. Now damage due to players' assistance, and that's probably from the de-tracking I did on the whatever you call it, the French tank, which was the FCM. I de-tracked him, along with probably the T30. I also did a fair bit of damage to him and stuff like that. So a bit there, plus there's a bit of spotting damage I did too. So you can see 3,400. So as much damage I caused is what I took. I only made 24,000 credits off this match, but it wasn't too bad. You can see 5,277. This was my first battle of the day. So it's actually a 3-time star victory, which is fine. That's just the way it goes. But I was proud. I was very, very proud of this match. And all of a sudden, it just came about from watching one review that I watched. Now, I didn't watch a review on this tank in particular. It was actually a different tank altogether. But I actually started to wake up and went, hang on, these are the things I'm forgetting. These are the things I need to start focusing on once again. And that whole idea of side scraping, I don't know how many shots bounced off here and here. Now, as the angle gets steeper up here, you are less likely to penetrate. And down here, it's all just tracks. There's nothing actually here through. There's a bit of skirting, and that's about it. So unless you're aiming, particularly for this cup hole on the front, there's not a lot to hit for unless you can get an exposure to this lower glacier pattern. But otherwise, this is a mean machine. I played one battle in this at the start and had an absolutely blinder of a game. And even though now I have got the tier 9 10.5cm KWK 68, I can't wait till I get the 12.8. Like the extra, what is it, 21 mils of penetration, plus you get an extra 170 damage, bonus damage, so you go up to 490 damage. I'm really looking forward to this. It is just going to be brilliant, and the top gun on this tank is just going to take you places. And I'm going to have a lot of fun in the upcoming weeks. Now, Kaz is really working hard on his Tiger too. I'm sure he's going to watch this review, or he's going to watch my replay on WoT tanks, and he's going to see how magical this tank is. And I know for a fact E75 is a magical tank. Guys, I have to admit, I am really sorry over the last heap of reviews that I've done that it's had lots of background noise. I finally figured out what I need to do, how I can improve this for you guys. and this happens to be probably the best way I've done it. And I'm glad you guys actually left comments about it. So thank you to everyone who said, hey, you've got a problem here, you need to fix this. And I did do a lot of fixing and a lot of looking at things, and I'm really, really happy now that I've got the results. If you haven't watched it yet, I actually put a review up on the game that Kaz played with me and my VK30P. I did that this morning or yesterday. And he played a great game, his T34, getting a mastery badge or an ace tanker badge in that tank. He's going leaps and bounds with that T34, and I really do enjoy playing with him when he's in that tank. He knows that tank, and I can't wait to have two of these big suckers driving around, and I'm going to continue to keep this tank just to play the battles with it. So guys, once again, thanks for all the support I get, and I only do this because I enjoy it. I only play tanks because I enjoy it, and I play it with friends because I enjoy playing with friends. So guys, my recommendation is enjoy what you do. That's the whole point of gaming. You can be a professional, great. I class myself as this is a profession. Yes, I would love to just do games my whole life, but I don't. I actually work full time and do this on the side just for the enjoyment, and gives me something to do. So guys, always enjoy what you do. I always have, and I always will. I enjoyed playing the sports I've played. I've enjoyed working with all the people I've worked with over the years. I enjoy things I do, and that's the only way. If you're passionate about something, keep doing it, and when you get bored of it, maybe it's time to find the next thing. But at the moment, this is the next thing for me, and I'm enjoying it, and I'm loving doing this for you guys. So once again, enjoy what you do. Happy hunting, guys. I'll catch you on that battlefield.